Yom HaKippurim truly is the most holy day of the year, it being a Shabbos Shabbaton. It's a week including two Shabbosai. The whole thing starts because there has to be a 10-day block for this to occur. The first 3 days are days without heads. They're the first 3 Sephirot of Atik Yomin, which are uncovered. Keta, Hokmah, and Bina of Atik Yomin are uncovered. And these uncovered heads appear as Rosh Hashanah, as the first day of Rosh Hashanah and the second day of Rosh Hashanah, which can be considered one, and that's Keta and Hokmah of Atik Yomin. And that's the real big day is Rosh Hashanah. Head, they even tell you head. And then the third day is Yom Gedalia, the fast day that responds to Bina. And then, theoretically, in creation, there was supposed to be a Shabbos on the 4th day of creation. But something happened and there was no Shabbos. But here, in Yoma, what they do on the 4th day, that they say 7 days before Yom HaKippurim, that's the first word in the Mishnah, Shivat, Yamim, 7. And that becomes a 7th day, so to speak, from the other way. From Yom HaKippurim itself, 7 days back. So it's really a 7th day here and a Shabbat, like the creation. And these days from the 4th day of Tishri, they're covered. You see, they're covered days because that's when Erik Anpin starts. And Erik Anpin covers Atik Yomin, all of, from the Hesed, you see, the 4th. So we have the kind of like the world being created here from the 4th day. It's a second type of creation, like it's almost starting from the 25th of Elul. And as we do this, these 7 days, what do we do? The Kohen Gadol is watched, so he doesn't have nocturnal emissions. His food is watched, everything is watched, it's prepared. And especially on the 6th day, everything is watched. And the 6th day, how we know that this is really a Shabbos here that's going on, is or a week, a Shavua is going on, is that on the 6th day, you have to eat and drink as if it was the double, like, because it's he who eats and drinks on the 6th day to his satisfaction and a lot, is as if he fasts on the 7th day, which is Yom HaKippurim. Who fasts on the 9th, who eats on the 9th is as if he fasts on the 9th and the 10th. And that's like the manna from heaven and the double portion that's given on the manna on the 6th day. And these coverings are repeated, are echoed in the word itself, Yom HaKippurim. Yom Ha, that's 5, but it's also that, is like, then that 5 is that, and then K is like Kippurim. People always say, oh, that Kippurim means that the Purim is higher. No. Yom HaKippurim is higher. It's like a Purim. It's like in the food, it's kazayat, like a zayat, like an olive. And this like an olive is even higher than being an olive. Like Purim. It's even higher than being like Purim, than being Purim. There have been some commentaries that, the Purim is high and this is like it, but this is more than it. And that's the whole secret here. And that's what I'm going to express, because these 5 coverings, which are really 6, you see, there are really 6 coverings here, because in the most important one, the letter Mem here, that's eating and drinking, you see. So there are 6 within the 5. There are 6 things that we don't do on Yom Kippur, which are expressed in 5. In the 5 final letters, 5 dinam here. 5 times Yom, which is 56, so that's 280, and that's the par. And so these 5, which are 6, they're coverings, and those are the 6 days of the week. And then we come to Yom Kippur, Yom HaKippurim. And this Yom HaKippurim is uncovered. See? It's a Malkus. It's a Shabbat. It's a Shabbaton, because there was another Shabbos ahead of it. And the 4th day should have been a Shabbos, because the other week was the first 3 heads. And so what we have here is another uncovered head. This is raw Yom HaKippurim. This is another uncovered head. It's the 7th day, because there are 6 days with the 5 dinam. That's the same way we count it in Shavuos. The dinam end, so to speak, in Hod, and then they come together in Yesod, and that's the 9th of Tishri, and then the 10th, and so this 10th is really a Keter Malkus. Because remember in the Mishnah, first Mishnah of Yoma, he has to have a beto, his house. This is a Keter Malkus. Okay? Because this Malkus rises from Malkus to Keter Malkus of the first 3 days of Rosh Hashanah, which were uncovered. So this is another uncovered head. So it's Yom of the 5 coverings. The 5 coverings, which are 6 items. But this is the 7th, and this is uncovered. And this goes back up And this goes back up because the first letter of Tractate Yoma is a shin. And what do we do here? We have remember always there are three-pronged shins, and that's what starts it. But in the future, there'll be a fourth prong to that shin. And that fourth prong is what Yom HaKippurim is. And it's the fourth prong to the tefillin. And it's a fourth prong in German because that's the fourth level of the head. The fourth uncovered head. Over that of Rag Lo is the Keter Malkus that comes up on Yom HaKippurim. And Keter Malkus has this beautiful gematria of 1,116, which is, of course, my brother Shimon's number, but Keter Malkus plus 2 gives the Shema, 1,118. And the Shema is everything here. The Shema is the most important concept. And in the Nila service, we say that Shema. At the end of the Nila service. And so, there's another uncovered head. This is higher than the other three uncovered heads. Higher than Rag Lo. The Keter Malkus. And that's why it's like Purim. Purim has a Keter Malkus. And so do we at Yom HaKippurim. And this is the idea of the 7 days. And what we're not supposed to do we make sure that that the Kohen Gadol doesn't have a nocturnal emission by giving him certain foods it doesn't cause it. And he doesn't sleep. He doesn't get sleepy. You see this day of Yom. And so Yoma, which is Aramaic, is really Hayom. And if you do the gematria of Hayom, you get 61, which is Aleph Samech, Ein Sof. It's also Samech Aleph, Sitra Akra. And on this day, everything comes together. You see? Because you're Malachim. You're angels. We don't sleep. See? So it's a 24-hour day. Sleeping is a weird thing. You probably only sleep to get yourself to a level of consciousness that meditation could get you at. But there's some communication with these higher planes to the head that's not a head. So as they say now, there are 3 heads, they're without a head. But there are really 4 heads without a head. And this is the second Shabbos, so to speak, of this 10-day period. You see? And the first is the 4th day. Because the first week started on Yom Rosh Hashanah, so to speak. And those are 3 heads, and then there's another. This is the real uncovered head. These are just some things that come to me this morning. You see.